Well, I don't know what to expect from this place, but at the very least I need to enchant my weapon.
Good to see you.
Kalugan, it's a demon. Right. The demon before you fills you with icy dread, frost billowing from its frigid flesh. Ah, yes. Give me a moment to stretch. It's been a long time since I had someone pass through this way. You're a Gilligan, right? Yes, that's true. Shouldn't you be guarding Cana, the eighth level of the Nine Hells? Well, most of my other Batezu brethren do spend their days in that place, but not I. What are you doing here exactly? Me? Oh, I was contracted as one of the guardians of this place several eons ago. As you can imagine, it's quite dull work, though it pays well. Say, must we begin the challenge immediately, or do you have a little time to chat? I suppose I have a little time. Why? You are from Toru, yes? Long ago I had some interest with that world. Do the elves still cover the surface of the planet? Long before I was born, the elves began their retreat to Evermead. Few are found on the mainland these days. Ah, how deliciously ironic. Why is that? It is no concern of yours, mortal. Let's just say that I would not be where I am today were it not for the elves' hubris. It matters little, of course, as I suspect I shall remain here for a long while, unless you happen to be the chosen one. I'm not certain. Who is this chosen one? The chosen one? To be honest, I was never given all the details. I am the guardian of the lowest platform, and thus have only a small piece of the larger picture. I know this, though. There is no escape from here unless you pass my challenge. You may wait as long as you like, but you shall never awake unless you pass by me. Very well. What is your challenge? It is a bit unorthodox, I must admit. I did not make up the rules, but I am compelled to follow them. You may pass by me two separate ways. You may best mean combat, or best mean a challenge of riddles. Ugh. Let's fight. Really? Well, I haven't had a good workout in ages. I must warn you, this is probably the more difficult round. One of your stature stands little chance against me. Ah, just do it. I'm sick of your shit.
Is that the best you can do? All right, crew. Let's take them down.
Oh, failed. Miserable failure too. I just don't want to do another riddle thing. Nothing else. And we have a fairly strong physical combat section here, so I see no problem. We can rest, we might as well rest. The Chosen One, eh? And who set up this particular test? Probably not the Dreamer. We have to keep in mind that the Dreamer also has his enemies. That does not mean that being the Chosen One is in any way just a positive thing. So we have to be careful with everything. Another Galagan. Greetings, mortal. I see you have slain my brother. That was your brother? Yes, though it does not matter as much as you think. After all, I have 473. Oh, make that 472 brothers. Sorry about that. Not a problem. As you might imagine, we weren't particularly close. Feeding upon a bloated corpse of your mother together does not lend itself to a certain kind of bond, I suppose. Still, I didn't agree with his choices in employment. Don't you two have the same job? Oh, not at all. He was more into riddles and such, a dreary business that. I provide challenges that should be more invigorating. I see. What exactly is your challenge then? Very well. My challenge to you is a test of will. Or you may challenge me to a duel, of course. The rules are simple. We shall engage in a battle of the mind. You may break off at any point, at which time combat shall decide the victor. Should you use any method to heal yourself, I shall immediately attack. Are you ready? I don't think I have a good chance of this. I've tried the psionic focus a few times, and I'm more likely to kill myself with that. Hmm. Yeah, I think we're gonna just fight instead.
All right, crew. Let's take them down.
I'd like to test the Threat of Ultimate Defense. Sanctuary, spell level absorption, damage reduction, all kinds of nasty stuff. Okay, let's try taunting.
Is that the best you can do?
Success. Oh my god. Greetings, fleshy one. What demonic game do you have for me, Foul Minion? No games or challenges, but rather a choice. Those that are chosen must be ready to sacrifice to reach their goal. I give to you this choice. Do you allow me to take an item of my choosing, half your gold or your very life essence? Half my gold is yours. So be it. Now I'll be on my way. Right. I already bought everything I want, wasted my money, so easy choice to make. Oh my fucking god. Another one? Your journey is almost over, chosen one. What challenge do you have for me? You will find I have no trial or game to offer, but rather some simple advice. It is in the form of a question. Who chooses the chosen one? Who chooses the chosen one? To be chosen implies lack of free will of the one chosen, a forced calling not of one's asking. That does not sit well with me. We all believe that fate is something easily dodged, that individual choice trumps the forces arrayed around you. You will find that fate is a jealous mistress, and will not stand idly by. Get to the point. Have you not felt directed towards the event before you? Can you not see the path that has brought you here? Go on. I say only this. You cannot escape the fate that pulls you here. Free will is a tiny speck compared to your greater destiny. All you can do is walk down that path, then choose what you make of the events you find there. Very well, I'm ready. Your fate awaits you. Ritual of Bone.
Rip you to shreds! Yeah!
There's a talking skull there. Sorry, should have told you about those guys.
This is too easy.
Yeah!
Upon the ground before you is a moving skull, tapping its jaw against the ground in an annoying rhythm. Hey, thanks for coming to talk to me. I suspect you're part of another challenge, am I right? Well, I was to initiate you with ritual scarring, tattoos, and various ointments. You might have noticed that I'm not exactly in a condition to follow through with that. Unfortunately, we were expecting the chosen one a few millennia ago. I suppose even evil plans go late and over the budget. If it weren't for the powerful geese placed upon me, I would have died long ago. As it stands, my bones have been scattered around, taken in part by the things that have crept in over the millennia. If you think your typical palace has problems with rats, you should see the vermin that found their way through the ethereal passage around this place. And how exactly is that my problem? Let's make a deal. If you can find my bones and assemble me again, I'll skip all the anointing and such, and I'll just open the gateway that leads out of here. Most of the scarring and tattoos were for show anyway. There are bones scattered all over. Can't I just grab a few? Sorry, I'm somewhat attached to my own bones, thanks. Plus the geese that was laid on me doesn't apply to the ones piled up around here. I'll try to find them then. But can I suppose, get the rest of the pieces, then come back and talk with him? Okay, it seems like there's 4 separate areas here. Sisters. Very difficult sisters. Seems like bone sisters. Right, of course they are. I'm somewhat reluctant to summon the higher level summons here because I'm basically certain that once we wake up from this, we'll lose them anyway. Might as well just use normal summons. No, you are going to need somewhat of an enchantment, otherwise I doubt you can farm those. Right. The Bone Sisters. Two women, apparently twins, sway seductively in their tight-fitting leathers. Hello there, sister. I'm looking for a bone. Aren't we all, sister? No, really, I think it's the bone right over there. Why don't you just try to get it there? There's a catch, right? Give it a try and chat with me afterwards. Very well, I'll do that. I think I want the Amulet of Health on this one.
Now just wait right there and
A
don't
strange force
move
is
a
preventing you
muscle
from reaching the
until I
bone.
say.
Problems getting your little bone, eh? I'm guessing you have something to do with this. We are the guardians of the bone, after all. You will not be able to get through unless you deal with us. Very well, what do you want? Well, I suppose we'd be willing to lower our defenses. If only we could extract a little payment in return. What sort of payment? We ask only a deed of words. Promise that you shall slay an agent of good before you meet your final destiny. I don't like that. Not that I have anything against slaying that, but it's they want basically a vow or a deed from me, and in these type of places that and situations with these type of creatures, it usually has a weight. It's not something I can just ignore. If I try to, I might not be able to, no matter what I want. And I don't want to be attached to these kind of leashes and chains. So I don't want to do it, but not because I would never do such a thing, but because I don't want to be at height to that. So no.
All right,
Nothing walks
let's
away!
take them down. Is that the best you can do?
Right, we're sort of boned.
Here!
Heal the wounded one then.
Here!
Wonder if I can taunt them all days. No. Taunt her.
Is that the best you can do?
Failure. Well, wasn't much of a fight. Definitely not worth making any kind of vows to get this. Okay, we had some rib bones now. Tasty, tasty rib bones. Since I'm the only one seriously hurt, I'll use the everlasting gobstopper. Blobstopper. Right, we're very likely to get to level 12. I don't think level 13. We're just a couple of thousand experience points away from the 12th level.
Nope, can't do it.
Ah, that's the extra. A bone hound. Vulnerable to cold. Asleep. Well, I'm not terribly good at sneaking, so better not even pretend that I am. Massive hound sleeps upon the stone floor, ears perked to attention with every stray noise.
Is that the best you can do?
Kill it. There. Kill this bone. Tensor's transformation. This might be a good one for us. The caster becomes an engine of destruction, gaining +1 attack bonus for every 2 caster levels. Natural +4 natural armor bonus, 20 strength, 22 dexterity, 18 constitution, +5 of their fortitude saving throws, and plus 1d6 additional hit points per caster level. The thing is, usually this sucks because the mage has it, and mages have a fairly sucky amount of attacks and low attack bonus anyway, so they don't get that much of a bonus out of this. They're still going to be a fundamentally a shitty fighter, just slightly improved. But Bard is somewhat better, so with us this could provide a very significant boost. Especially if we would have went with the Red Dragon Disciple. Or some kind of a warrior mix. Away. Could be useful. I don't want to rest. Do we have weak healing potions? I think I have light healing potions, this couple. Looks like 2 more bones, probably hands and legs. Murdoch. I will not go down without a fight. Well, you sort of already
Is
did.
that the best you can do?
Your armor class is shit now. Actually, it is not. Keep knocking him down. I'm sure he's a good caster. The mage's bone staff shatters with a blinding flash. Arm bones.
No, I'm carrying far too much useless garbage. Going to have to dump some of this.
Garments of the Plane Walker. Resistance to bludgeoning damage. Visitor Journal. Day 1. Today was another very bad day. Spell went awry. Trapped in some dream dimension. Day 2. Yet another bad day. Magic works strangely here. All I can summon is dried jerky and tepid water. Day 3. Oh, almost a good day. I found a strange bone that holds powerful enchantments. I have fashioned it into a weapon to protect myself against the denizens of this realm. Day 45. Still no escape in sight. I'm not sure how things could get worse. Day 137. Today was another very bad day. I cast a divination today that foresaw my own death. I'm getting sick of jerky, so it's probably for the best. But well, he took it well. Where's my bones? They weigh too much. Where's the rib cage? More bones. Okay, this level of mage craft is not a challenge for us. 3 knockdown guys, it just won't work. You need better protection spells. Use Gelatinous Cube. Seriously. It's, I think the biggest problem with that is that it has paralyzing ability, which I should be immune against. Can I taunt the Gelatinous Cube?
Is that the best you can do?
Yes, he successfully taunted. Not sure how that works, but whatever. You're more of a spear than a cube. And his self-esteem drops and armor class drops. Bastard sword, okay. That's worthless to me. Still, it might be a good sword. Bone saw. +2 on hit activate item. This particular blade has a nasty habit of occasionally gouging out particularly deep wounds, spraying blood in all directions. It may be that this is simply for effect to get the crowd going, however, as the blood spray effect seems to even happen when sparring in friendly combat. But just +2 sword with a specialty effect that sprays blood over the place. Right, that went fairly well.
All right, crew. Let's take them down.
Well, Burke, have you got all the pieces yet? Yep, they're all here. Wonderful. Now put me back together, will you? I'll see what I can do. Okay, the leg bone's connected to the thigh bone. The thigh bone's connected to the hip bone. Hip's bone connected to the... Hey, this is a cinch. 1,000 experience. We're 1,500 away from the level up. What would we get from that? Probably more castings on the fourth level spells we have. So basically we're not gonna get much. Oh, what are you waiting for? Now that your entire reason for being is over, what are you going to do? Well, I thought I'd tidy up the place, put in a bar and dance floor. If you ever happen to be roaming the dream realm, just stop by. I'll buy you a free grog. I may just have to look you up then. Later, Belloc. Final ritual. Foul smells assault your senses and you feel something is amiss. Maybe it's all the hanging corpses here. Rotting humanoid corpses swing from chains, occasionally hitting the wall with a wet thud. Alright. Well, I suppose I'll follow the arrow. Faceless one. A strange faceless being sits before you, seemingly awaiting your arrival. I see, I see. I see how this is. It's I'm the one releasing him. These are the runes blocking him entering Dreamworld. So by going to talk with him, I'll break the seal. I'll awaken the sleeper. The chosen one is sort of another ploy of his for me to basically fuck everyone over permanently. But it's not like I have choices here. So, Jaina, you have finally made it. Nice place you've got here. You like it? I changed it according to my whim. Being the dreamer does have its advantages. To shape the dream stuff around me is my single gift, but it is a skill that is endlessly useful. So, you are here to free me, are you not? I would never release you. No, I might release you for a price. Ah, you mortals. I may keep some of you around as you never cease to amuse me. Look down, Jaina. What do you see? Ah, I've crossed some type of binding rune, it appears. That can't be good. Yes, and for one who has touched the tear of Selûne and completed the rituals of flame, blood, tears, and bone, that is as good as freedom for me. You have already released me, Jaina. I see. So what now, dreamer? When my shadow blankets the world, all shall serve me, as I shape their bodies, as I once shaped the dream realm. My playthings you shall be, yet more than the dream figments that I once controlled. A dream made real is far more satisfying. So you shall kill me now? Unfortunately, my power here fades as I move my essence into the physical realm. I'm afraid our meeting will have to wait for another time, though meet again we will. So you do not remain here, out of my reach. I shall provide a portal back to the waiting realm. After all, it is the least I can do for you, for your services. I do not enjoy being a plaything. We shall meet again, but it is I who shall be the victor. Damn that dreamer! I hate to see an evil entity doing something as petty as trying to take over the world. Oh really? And what exactly would you have a malevolent being do? Well, if I were the dreamer, I'd set myself up really nice. Big castle on a hilltop with villagers to terrorize, perhaps a harem or two. That's living, let me tell you. Hmm. We'll just have to see what we can do about that then. In the meantime, I suppose we must kill this dreamer. He'd spoil everything. I'm afraid so, Noble. Now let's find this Captain Bellador the Queen spoke of. Right. I think we have to rest again. So not exactly a huge surprise what happens. But at the same time, I suppose it's a sign of hope. Because as long as he was in the dream world, he was always out of our reach. Now, not so much. At the same time, that doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be an easy target for us in any way. But he would be vulnerable. And again, we
All
might
right,
find...
Let's take them down.
I doubt we're the only one who would like to see him go down. Similar to the... who was it? Prince of Dreams? Or Prince of what you might call it. That the one we killed previously. He wasn't that tough to take down. That's so... dangerous, yes, but we were a good match for him. Where's the captain?
I greet you.
So you're Jaina, right? Yes, and you are? Captain Bellador, the Queen informs me that you've been attached to my group as an advisor. Right. I'll keep this short, Jaina. Outsiders are not welcome in Evermead. I'm only allowing you along out of duty to Queen Amalaroil. Stay in the rear, out of the way, and we'll get along fine. Why in the bloody hells am I coming along, then? The Queen feels your dealings make you special, Jaina. I personally feel that makes you suspect in your motives. I'm just being frank about the feelings of the men and women you will be working with. You will have to earn their trust, and mine as well. I shall strive to do my best, then. That may help, but I wouldn't expect much. There's one other task we must complete before we leave. The Queen tells me that you shall take command if something happens to me, though don't get your hopes up. I see. I don't want to make jokes about this. He's clearly not the type to appreciate them. As the leader of my troop, I carry a magic item known as the Orb of Command. It's currently keyed to me, but if I perish, it will pass to the next in command. Place your hand upon it so that it will properly work. Touch the orb. You reach out and place your hand upon the orb's milky white surface. There's a brief tingle and pulse of warmth, then it again grows silent. Very well, it is done. If you are ready, I'll gather my warriors and we can head out at once. What's the orb for? It is a fast way for a commander to issue orders to the troops. In the unlikely event you are ever required to use it, the orb itself will communicate how it functions. We should leave at once. Very well. I'll gather the troops and we shall begin our journey to the Summer Palace. Let's go. Outskirts. Jaina, I just wanted to remind you, I am the one in command. You shall be following our group and will not engage in combat unless specifically ordered to. Do I make myself understood? Perfectly clear. Very well. Now I must lead my troops. Fine, lead on. Front guard deploy. I'm trying to get some basic health up. With people. So we have more or less a 9-man in the group and then our party as support. Surely nothing bad will happen to Captain Bellador. Surely. Watch yourself, there's a clearing ahead. You go first. What's that? Up in the sky. Look out, dragon! Excellent. Ooh. Into the caves! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Madam, are you okay? I'm fine. Where's the captain? I don't think he made it, madam. I guess that means you're in charge, right? Hmm. I suppose I am. Sorry for your loss. That is kind of you to say, madam. We may not be used to having an outsider lead us, but you'll find that if we are treated fairly, we'll do as you ask. I'm sorry to get down to business so quickly, but who survived the attack? Well, there's me. I'm trained as a warrior, as is Gillas. Tinolith and Celia are our healers, though they are well trained in arms as well. Our scouts are Kaling and Sithradia. Should I actually remember this? Okay, the guys with G starting names are fighters. TNS is healers. CNS is right. 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 What exactly do healers do? Our healers do not use spells, but rather medicinal herbs that can be found around Evermead. Now that magic has gone awry, it's sometimes more useful than normal curative spells. We can use them at battle's end to heal any wounds we may have. Be careful though, as if they run out of herbs, they cannot do their jobs. How will we go about resupplying them with herbs? At the end of each battle, it's often a good idea to forage the area. Healers will find the medicines they need in the plants and fungi found about the land. Scouts and warriors find other things as well. Still, it's best that the area is clear before you begin. What functions do scouts perform? When you enter a new area, it's best to ask your scouts to search nearby. They'll discover enemy positions or any unusual terrain that may prevent our journey. I see. Now that I'm your leader, how should I command you? You should have in your possession the Orb of Command, which can be used to issue orders to the entire troop. You can also speak to each one of us individually if you wish to give orders to only a few of us. That will be all, Sergeant. I think I can figure out the rest on my own. One moment, madam. What about your mission? Are we still planning to go to the Summer Palace? Okay, what are our options? We have different ways of saying yes. We follow our orders, setback won't change anything. Well, we can't go back, so forward it is. Uh, I realized your troop has met with a terrible tragedy today. We are much lessened from who we were this morning, but we owe it to the Queen and your homeland to fight onward, regardless of our personal cost. I think I'll try to choose the more inspirational option since I am a bard, so I might be able to pull that off. You're right, madam. Thank you for your words of wisdom. I shall pass it on to the others. We're in this together, Sergeant. We'll find a way to set free your land once again. Right. So, my high charisma might end up being very useful here. I'm not quite sure what the actual effects are, but clearly we have choices we can make. And the effects on the troops will probably be casualties. Let's get to know them. Gabriel,
I greet you.
tell me more about yourself. I have been part of Evermead's standing army since I was a child. The way of honor and battle called to me at an early age. I have a wife in Ruith, though I have not seen her since these troubles began. I hope you reunite with your wife when this is all over, Gabriel. Thank you, Jacob, as do I. We clearly have a couple of options with the soldiers. Try to be more of a friendly and inspirational, or basically not give a shit. How are you doing, soldier? Not so good, madam. The situation looks grim. I appreciate your honesty. Let's speak of something else. We had the option to threaten him. What's your specialty? I'm a simple warrior specializing in battle. I play a small role in foraging, finding arrows and other useful equipment on fallen enemies. Right. Right. Where's the command orb? I'll quickly talk to everyone so I understand what we have at our disposal. Might also help with the. They seem to be morally distraught by the losses.
Hello
So.
there.
Yes, madam. Tinelith is a healer. Well, my name's Tinelith. I'm still a bit amazed at finding myself in this situation. I'm not normally with the army, you know. I mostly teach young elves about the power of natural medicines. I'm glad you're helping us today. As am I, Jaina. Though I admit I would much rather be resting in my grove at the moment. What's your specialty? I'm a healer. You may ask me to tend to the wounds of our troops. I do not use magic, however, so I will need a supply of medicinal herbs. I can forage an area for them, though it is best that the enemy is cleared away before we begin. Right. How are you doing? Not so good, madam. The situation looks grim. Yeah, we have the option of threatening them. Right. Sometimes you have to be tough, but I'm not sure if this is the correct time. They just had the loss of their comrades and their leader. And haven't exactly ordered them to do something, and they haven't disobeyed, so I don't see any reason to be tough at this point. Let's see how they perform first. Gillas.
Hello there.
What's your specialty? I'm a simple warrior, right? I'm considered a young elf, barely 40 years of age. My strength and dedication brought me into the army service, where I have done well enough for myself. It has been a quiet occupation until lately. The defenses of Evermead are rarely breached. Well, I'm glad to have you with me. How are you doing? No one's doing all that well. Still, sometimes
Would you
it's
like
enough
something?
that you ask. It's somewhat amusing that I find myself in this position. I have been in disagreements with clerics before over the best techniques to heal wounds. Now with magic gone awry, my skills are in great demand. I admit your skills are of great use today. Right, everyone feels the same. Specialty. Right. The specialty replies are identical. This would be another scout.
Well met.
I'm a green elf, preferring the woodlands to the cities. It makes me an ideal scout, as I am at ease slipping through the forests unseen. I do find this armor uncomfortable, however, though I do understand the need. My thanks for helping scout out areas as needed. I understand we share a common goal, Jaina, but I do not enjoy being commanded by one not of our fair island. Perhaps you can put that behind you for the time being. The mission is what matters. I shall, Jaina. Lead well and I shall follow. How you doing? Right.
Greetings to you.
Cythradia. I'm a silver elf, and I admit that I have spent time in Faerun. The beauty of that land is sometimes less refined than that of here on Evermead, and it has its charm nonetheless. From what I, from what little I've seen of Evermead, seems a beautiful place as well. It is, though there is not the variety you see elsewhere on Toril. Still, this island is our new homeland, and I shall fight to defend it. I'm glad you're with me, Cythradia. Right. Right. Give me the orb. What can I do with this?
Why, hello there.
The orb pulses
Pleased to meet
beneath
you.
your grasp, ready to take your will and broadcast it outward to those under your command. Gather status of troops, scout the area, rally to me, retreat, everyone will follow my lead, forage the area for medicinal herbs and supplies. So basically, I suppose, come near me, just follow me while I move around, get the fuck out of here and take a look around. I think you would want to give the scout out an area command to specific scouts instead of the entire group. Gather the status of my troops. You have 2 warriors, 2 scouts, and 2 healers under your command. Morale is low. Right. Right. Another new section of the game, something I've never seen done before in other modules. Commanding a group. I'm sort of I'm not sure how this is going to go, because I can't exactly exert this much command over my own henchmen fairly all that well. I can do some of the commands, but I can't command them to retreat, for example, or forage an area. So, point being, I can't get good control over my henchmen, and it's a constant headache. How well is this really gonna work with 6 extra guys for me to control? I suppose in the end it doesn't matter if everyone dies as long as I survive, but I'll try to be as good of a leader as I can. I don't want to intentionally screw over these guys. I mean, we're fighting a common enemy, and if they do well, I benefit from that too.